Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
We're here. And we think we're here anyway.
Yeah.
It is time for episode number 273 of What Does This Button Show? It is our. Yeah. What does this button do? It's an educational show about smartphones and technology with us geeks on tour. And Chris usually has a quick dip here. What do you have there, Chris?
Well, we're talking about Google Slides today, and Google Slides is related to Google Drive, as are Docs and Sheets. So this is a little video. It's focusing on Docs, but it's the same thing with Slides. And where are the files stored? Video 793. Hi, this is Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and I want to talk to you today about creating new Google Docs. There's several ways to do it. I'm going to show you a couple and tell you why I think one is the best way of creating Google Docs. Let's do it. I'm going to show you first on the computer, and then I will show you the best way on the phone. I also want you to notice that I am signed in as my imaginary friend, Alan. So I'm talking about Google Docs. The logical way to get to creating a Google Docs is to go to docs.google.com. Or if you're on a Chrome browser and you see this little 9 dots over here, you can find Docs on that. If you wanted to create a resume or a letter, a project proposal, you could choose one of these templates. But just to start a brand new document, you click this plus as a blank. I'm just going to write a simple little poem. And Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Now, I want you to notice that there is no save command. Odd, right? Well, that's because it is saved for you automatically. So I'm going to close this now. And the question is, where did it go? Well, it went to Google Drive. So either drive.google.com, or you can find the icon in the grid over there. We are now looking at Alan's Google Drive, and just like old-fashioned computer systems, it works on folders. But if something isn't in a folder, then it's just out here loose. I see an untitled document, so we never gave the file a name, right? But let me open this, and that is my Mary Had a Little Lamb. So I want to give it that name. As soon as I click where a file name goes, it takes the first line and puts it in there. I just want it called Mary Had a Little Lamb, so I'm going to delete the rest of that. And if I now save, it has Mary Had a Little Lamb, but it's still just loose. I'm going to make a folder called Poetry. Up here, tap New and New Folder and call it Poetry and create. Now I see poetry in the list here. I can also see it over in the left sidebar. If I expand my drive, there is poetry, and I can find that Mary Had a Little Lamb and drag it in and drop it off in poetry. Now there's the poetry folder and Mary Had a Little Lamb. The second way of creating a document is just incredible in my mind. From anywhere where you're in a browser, regardless of what else is on the screen, you can click up in the address bar and say docs.new. And boom, you are in a document. From our lesson before, we should give it a name right away before we forget. And this one is going to be Three Blind Mice. I'll type it out. Now I can also put it in the correct folder before I'm done with it. That's this little button right here. It's a folder, and I can select poetry and say move it to there. So now when I look at the Google Drive in the poetry folder, 2 files are there. And the third, and I think best way to create a document is to start in Google Drive and start in the folder where you want it to go. When I now click New and Google Docs, it will end up in that folder. And this one is Teapot. Here is my handle, and here is my spout. I don't have anything to remember to do now. It's all done. When I close it, I see that I have a named file of Teapot and it is in the right folder. Now I want to show you how to do that on the phone. On the phone, you use the app. So it's the Google Drive app, and it starts off at Home, which is Suggested Files. I want to see all my files in the folders, so I tap on that button. And I see the poetry folder, open that up, and now I tap plus and choose doc. And this time I think I'll dictate. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. And now I want to give it a name. That's the 3 dots here. And where it says untitled document, I'm just going to type twinkle. And OK. And check mark. I'm done. When I X out, I am back to the folder and we see the 4 files. And if I went to the computer, I would see these same 4 files. It doesn't matter what device you're using. Everything is in this one place on Google Drive. One thing to really get used to if you're going to start using the tools in Google Drive, Docs, Sheets, and Slides, there is no save. If you're accustomed to things like Microsoft Word, then you think that you can edit a file to your heart's content, and until you save it, it hasn't changed. No. And so if you need to make a new copy, you have to think of that first. You have to make a copy and then start editing it. But once you get used to it, I love it. No, never, ever have to worry, did I save that? It was saved. All cloud-based.
Okay. Well, hi everyone, I'm Jim, and here together with my wife Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you?
You know it.
And do you have questions about your iPhone or your Android tablet, and how do you learn? How do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, we are geeks, also known as propeller heads. That's the silly little hats. But we are geeks who teach, and we think the best way to learn is in bite-sized pieces on a regular basis. So we come up with a different topic each time we do this show, and we go into a little bit of depth. All of our content over the last, we're going on 20 years now. Wow.
We were younger then.
Really. All of our content is collected on our website. And if you are, and a lot of it is free, but some of it is for members only. And we encourage you to become a member.
Please become a member. That's a great thing to do. All right, what do we have here? Looks like, where are we now, Chris?
We're home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah, and we like it here.
We went diving last week.
We did, and we caught lobster. We had those lobsters at a special, what was it?
A St. Patrick's Day party.
Yeah, we had a party there. And, well, we had a party at Friends, and we took some.
So we went diving right here in Fort Lauderdale. There's some great diving.
Shh, don't tell people because they'll want to come here.
Okay.
We do want to thank our premium members. You guys are the ones who make this whole thing possible, and we really appreciate you. I see a bunch of you here in the chat, and if you haven't put anything in there, go ahead and tell us where you are and how you're doing. One of the benefits of premium membership is the Backstage Pass. It's for members only, right? And it's an online meeting using Zoom right after this show. This is live, so and you get a link from the email Chris sent out earlier today. I'm pretty sure it works. Or you can go to the website at
Member login.
geeksontour.com/member login and just click on that link right there and you'll get in. Log in.
Yep.
Google Slides.
So what can you do with Google Slides? Now, today's show is not a full tutorial on Google Slides. No. That would take, a week or so. And you can just go to YouTube and search for tutorials on Google Slides if you like something that you see today. I just want to show you a little bit about Google Slides in general, and then a couple of specific, what I think are cool uses for Google Slides. So Google Slides can create presentations. That's what it's known for. It's a competitor to PowerPoint. Everybody knows what PowerPoint is. So Google Slides can create presentations like that. You can share them. You can collaborate with others because it's all web-based. This is in the cloud. There are ways to have it backed up to your computer, but you are working in the cloud so anybody else can work with you on the same files. You can embed those. Since they're in the cloud, you can embed them on a web page or a blog post. You can also create photo slideshows. That's one of the cool things that I want to show you. You do need an extension in order to make it easy, and we're going to show you that. You can add text and information to your photos. You can add transitions. You can add music. And lastly, you can create images. So if you're on our mailing list, and if not, why not? You just go to geeksontour.com, click on free newsletter. If you're on our mailing list, you saw the image of the squirrels on St. Patrick's Day, and we're going to create that in the show today. You can save whatever you create in Google Slides, you can turn into a JPEG image that can be used anywhere. So creating presentations, all of these what we're doing right now is a Google Slide presentation. And you can, every show we've ever made started with a Google Slides presentation, and you can embed those in the website, and I want to show you that. So I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go to Geeks on Tour, and whenever we do a presentation, we love to do presentations to senior centers and computer clubs, and we do that a lot. Every time we do, it starts with a Google Slides presentation, and we store that on our website. So if you go to tutorials and all class presentations, you'll see a dated list of everything we've done. And so, for example, here for Deerfield Beach Computer Club, we did a hodgepodge of tech tips. And if you click on that, now, if you're not a member, it will be asking you to log in here. This is one of the things that is members only. Here is the embedded slideshow. And you can go through it and basically take the class that we did for that computer club, including links for live videos. So when there's a link to a video, you can play the video. So that is embedding a presentation into a web page. All right. So this show, every episode of What Does This Button Do started with a Google Slides presentation. And then we take each slide to build an image for our show notes for each show. And we just did that. Now, I want to show you what's the difference between presenting and creating. So what you're seeing right now is I am presenting this slide. If I decided that I needed to change something on this slide, I can just press Escape. I am now editing this. And let's say for some reason I don't like the word show and I just want to say this one. So I am now in editing mode, and I can change anything I want. To go back to slideshow, to the presentation mode, I click slideshow. And now it says 1 rather than show. So that's how the presentation editor works. You create your slides, you can show them. And did you notice that every one of these slides has this green bar at the left and bottom and our logo? That's called a theme, and you can create your own themes, and you can have all sorts of them. And now, what about on a phone? So I want to show you. On a phone, this is all cloud-based, so it doesn't matter what device you're using, you can see the same presentations. You go to Google Drive. So there is the Google Drive app, and it has a few options down here at the bottom. If I tap on Files, I am now looking at all my file folders. WDTBD. What's that stand for? What does this button do? And here is the presentation that we are doing right now. And I could, if I tap the play button, I could display this to our living room TV right from my phone. So all you really need is a phone and something to present to, and you can do presentations right from your phone. And we have all of them, so here is episode number 129. If I want to remember what we did there, here are all the slides from episode 129. You get the idea.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew wants to know, do you plan on having a book on Google Slides?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Okay. I just want to talk a little bit more about what I mean by cloud-based. So this does not exist. The slideshows that I showed you, the Google Drive, contents of Google Drive, all the folders do not live on a device anywhere. They live in the cloud. Now you can sync them to the computer. I have another show on that, another video on that called Google Drive for Desktop, but it's number 1 in the cloud. That cloud is Google One. Google One gives you 15 gigabytes of free storage, and then $20 a year for 100 gigabytes, and it goes up from there. Underneath Google One is what's called Workspace, which includes Google Drive and Doc Slides and Sheets, Gmail, and Google Photos. So just to get the idea, it all works together. The terminology can be a little confusing. So what are the benefits of using Google Slides? You could also use PowerPoint. PowerPoint has a few features that Google Slides doesn't have, but the benefits of Google Slides is all you need is a Google account, period. Now, you know something, Jim?
What?
This is a really dull slide.
Yeah, sure is. What do you want?
I want to show them collaboration. So you have access
I do.
to these slides. I want you to show how this could be made a little bit better.
All right.
How that slide could look better.
All right. So if I go to my drive, you've shared this with me, so I'm in with my account.
But what they're seeing
is
my screen.
Right. So I can make this a little bit better. Let me just put a picture in there maybe. And I can grab that from my Google Photos. And there's one. Oh, look at that. Pretty good, huh?
Oh, that's a much better slide. Yeah, your face covering up my text.
Well, here, let me move that text over.
And just saying, I am not touching anything, and this is my screen. And now he's sitting right beside me, but he could just as well be in Istanbul doing this collaborative work.
Is that cool or what?
I agree. That is a more fun slide. I don't know if it teaches anything.
But that was quick. I just took a quick picture and she wanted to put that in there. So there we are.
So quick and easy. And why? There's no, okay, you do what you want, send your version to me, I'll see if I like it, I'll put it in. Which version are we looking at? No. Both of us are looking at the exact same file in the cloud and can do whatever we want.
Collaboration.
So I go back to slideshow, and now it is the new improved slide. And right. If you've never used Google Slides, but you have used PowerPoint, you'll find all the same features, almost all the same features. In fact, Google Slides can both read and write PowerPoint files. So if you need it to be PowerPoint, you can create in Google Slides and make it be a PowerPoint.
Neat.
Okay. Now, how about a photo slideshow? I mean, I know a lot of our audience does not have any need for presentation software, but I know they take photos and maybe they need a slideshow of photos. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people who have used this for funerals. You know, they have a big screen TV and they just want a slideshow running of the person's life. Here is, there's a little trick to it called an extension, and we have a video on this, 847. Have you ever tried to make a slideshow using your Google Photos album? And have you been frustrated that you could not add title slides or have transitions or add text? I'm going to show you how to do it using Google Slides, free and easy. I'm Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour. In Google Photos, you can play a simple slideshow. Here is an album of photos from our Cozumel dive trip. I open the first one, click the three dots, and then slideshow. This is on a computer. And it will start going to the next slide. You have no control, however, over the timing. Now you can manually. I can pause it, or I can go forward or back. And I can exit the full screen and I can exit the slideshow. That's it. I want to show you how you can make a real slideshow using Google Slides. I go to Google Drive and I'm going to make a new folder first. I like having things in a folder. So Cozumel Dive and create. Now I'll open that folder and tell it I want to make a new Google Slides show. I'll choose a theme that kind of looks like ocean water and add a title. That's a pretty blah title slide. I think I'll add a couple of photos. So you do insert image and from Google Photos, find the album, Cozumel Diving, and I'll put this picture of the pool in there and this one of a flower and click insert. I'll size them and move them around a bit. And I want to add some text and size it, change the font and the color. I think I like that. Now for the rest of the slideshow, I want each picture on an individual slide. That's going to be a lot of work, the manual way. There is an extension. You click on extensions, add-ons, and get add-ons. It's called Photos to Slides. And the one I use is this one by Clay Smith. There are others. You're free to try what you want. You install this. I already have it installed. So I find it right here, Photos to Slides. Select Photos. I'm just using the free version. If you're willing to pay, I think it's $30 a year. You can do other things like display description as caption. That's cool. I'm just using the free version. I click Photos, find the Cozumel album, and import. And in just a few seconds, I have a slide for each photo in this album. And I'm done with that. Now I want to rearrange them a little bit. I think the boat should go ahead of where we start diving. And I think all the underwaters should be together and end with that one. I like it. Notice there is no save. It is being saved. Everything I do is saved automatically. This is cloud-based. Now on this one, I want to add a little bit of text. I think I'll move the photo over to the right so that I have room here to add text. Change the font and the color and the size. One more slide I want some text on. To play the slideshow is up here. It started, however, with the current slide. If I click the arrow, I can start from the beginning, and then I can just click to go to the next slide, but I want some transitions. I will escape to get out of playing the slide, click on the slide menu and transition, and instead of none, let's do a flip. And I'll apply that to all slides. Now if I play the slideshow, when I go to the next slide, you have the flip. If you don't like that, you can choose another one. And you can have different transitions between slides. You don't have to have all of them the same. And that is a quick and easy way to make a real slideshow using Google Slides, but Google Photos album.
All right. Very good. We don't recommend that you use every transition.
Each slide goes a different way.
I've seen people do that. That
starts messing with your head. Yeah,
man, that's not good. Oh, what
Andrew.
Yeah, a couple of people here.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, it's good to see you all. Let's see. Bill. Andrew. What did he say there? Oh, he's done slides, different individuals and family trees and great.
Oh, yeah.
Great presence.
And when you create it with Google Slides, then you can just share it with a link or you can embed it somewhere. So, yeah, it sounds like a great present.
Yeah. Presentations regardless of your platform. Yeah, Jolyn does this stuff. She teaches as well, and she enjoys, well, we all do, so great.
Yeah, great. We'll have to share notes, Jolyn.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, Bunny likes the tips. Free means that you are the product.
Free means that you are the, well, that's true. But, okay, free to an extent. You know, if you create more than 15 gigabytes of content in your Google Workspace, then you do have to pay. So, yeah, there's no advertising. Google does not put advertising on your slides. So yeah, there's a lot of nuance there.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with it, but yeah, it's okay.
Okay. One thing I did not do in that little video is adding music. Do you notice this little speaker icon? Oh, they probably won't hear this. Well, they might hear it through the... No, never mind. Because, yeah.
Well, no, I'm not listening to that.
Right. But the other... So you can add music. You open a presentation, you open one slide. You click Insert Audio and choose a piece of music. It's placed on the one slide and you get that little speaker icon there. If you want it to play for more than one slide, there's an option. You have to uncheck the share or stop share on slide change.
Try it one more time and see if it works this time.
Okay.
No, I guess not.
They're probably hearing a little bit from the... Okay.
Okay.
And you may also want to play automatically. Otherwise, you need to click the speaker icon. So let me show you this. I'm going to demo, and I'm going to go to that slideshow that was created in the video, the Cozumel dive trip. And let's say I want to start music right away. So on the opening slide, I click Insert Audio, and I have to find a piece of music, which I have a shared folder, and Fun in the Sun, that sounds good. And it puts this little speaker icon on this slide. You can also create voiceover slide by slide. So I think that's why the default is that audio plays for one slide and one slide only. If you want it to play through the whole slideshow, you have to uncheck this option on the right, stop on slide change. And if you want the music to play without having to click anything, you want to click on automatically. All right, so now if I play this slideshow, and as I go to the next slide, you can also set it to autoplay. So that's how you could make a slideshow for a memorial service that just plays, and you can click a little button to have it repeat. So we can have music and slides and transition and repeat until you tell it to stop.
How about that?
Next. Oh, Andrew says we hear it. Good. We can just about hear it. All right. You got the idea anyway. Embedding a slideshow in a web page. I want to show you this too. So in Google Slides, the way you get the code to embed it is clicking on File, Share, Publish to Web, and choose Embed and copy the code. Then, in wherever you want it to go, you need to be in the HTML view in Blogger or in a WordPress custom HTML. So let me show you that. So back at the Cozumel slideshow, I click on File and Share and Publish to Web. Now, if you just want to send a link to somebody, you're done. Just click Publish and get the link. There's the link. You send that link to anybody. When they click it, they're seeing the slideshow playing. But if you want to permanently put it on a web page, you click Embed and you copy this code. And here are a couple of options. Now I'm going to go to Geeks on Tour, which happens to be a WordPress site, and I'm going to make a new post. And I'm just going to call it Cozumel. How do you spell it? Now the block that you need, okay, just click to play the slideshow. You need a block called custom HTML, and that is where you paste the code that you just got from Google Slides. I publish it. And in a second, I'll be able to view this post, and you will too. All you'll have to do is go to geeksontour.com/Cozumel, if you can spell it. And you should see this post, and you can just click through to see the slides. Now I left it so it didn't play the music automatically. So you would have, I can go into full screen mode to really see it nice. I can go back to slide 1, and now the music starts playing, etc., etc. Okay, so that was embedding a Google Slides slideshow into a web page. That's how we do all our class presentations, are stored in our website, and any member can go and watch them.
Maurice wants to know, did I miss it? Is there a stock music folder you can use?
That music folder is mine. I got the stock music from YouTube. Yes, if you go to YouTube and look for stock, they have a whole library of stock music.
Yeah, on YouTube Studio they do.
YouTube Studio, okay. And I picked a selection and I put it in a folder of my own on my Google Drive.
Very cool.
All right. The next thing that is a bit different is creating images using Google Slides. So if you ever, Google Photos makes these little slide movies so easy. But I want a cover slide. I want a title slide here and there. Well, I've found that I can make the slide I want using Google Slides, then save it as a JPEG, put it in Google Photos, and now I have the best of both worlds. Video 846. Hi, I'm Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and I want to show you how I created this fun little meme for St. Patrick's Day using Google Slides. So here I am in Google Drive on my computer, and I'm opened a folder called Fun Stuff, and I click New. I want to make a new Google Slides. First thing, this meme will be a square, so I want to change the page setup to be custom and just make it 10 by 10, just anything to make it square. Then I don't want any of these placeholders. Now, I want a picture of two Irish squirrels drinking green beer. Insert image, create image with Gemini. I give the prompt to create a fun image of two Irish squirrels drinking green beer in a field of clover, and add a style, and I'll make it a sketch and create. That took just a few seconds, and it gives me 4 choices. I like the ones where they have the green hats on. So I click on that, and it goes to my slide. I'll resize it to take up the whole square. Now I want some words. I'm going to use the word art. So insert word art, and I type Happy St. Patrick's Day and press enter. I'll move it up to the top. First, I want to change the font. Memes usually use the font called Impact. Okay, now I will resize it. I still want it to take up the whole size. Then I'll put some color in it. Fill color, I like the gradient, and I'm going to use custom so that I can start with green and end with yellow. I think that's kind of cool, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, I like that. Now I want Jim's in my face in the corner, in the bottom corner, and I need to go get a photo. I'll insert image from Google Photos and find a picture of Jim and me. I like this one. Insert. But now I want to get rid of the background. This is another new feature. Now, you might not have this feature. I'll give you an option, but this is remove background on the selected picture. Look how easy that was. And I'll resize it, put it down in the corner. Now, if you don't have that feature, I'm just going to undo. You could crop that photo to a circle, and then that's not bad. And resize it a bit, and just put the circle down in the corner. That's still better than the big square. And if you didn't have the insert image, create image with Gemini, then my recommendation, I could go to another AI, for example, Copilot. You just go to copilot.microsoft.com. You do have to be signed in with a Microsoft account and ask for the same image. And these are pretty cute too. Right-click on it and copy image. Go back to my presentation and paste that image. Now I'll have to put it into the back. And lastly, I want to add some text at the bottom. I'm still going to use word art from Jim and Chris. Enter. Change the font. Change the size. And I could change the color, but that's not bad. There is my image. Now, how do I turn it into a JPEG? Very easy. File, download as a JPEG. Give it a name and save it. I now have this image on my computer. If I want to upload it to Google Photos, I can. Have fun making images using Google Slides.
Good.
I see we have one question there.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Are you able to fade in and out with the audio?
Not just from Google Slides. You would have to have created the audio with a fade in or a fade out, probably using something like Audacity.
Okay. Yeah.
You still use Audacity?
Not very much, but because I use another software for editing.
For all the editing stuff,
Right.
yeah. But Audacity is a free,
Yes.
right? Is a free audio file editor. So that would be my recommendation also. If you wanted to have a voiceover, you would make a voiceover for each slide and do it in Audacity, save it with a file name that is appropriate for the slide, then you insert the audio into each slide. Okay. Did you like that? Create my little Irish squirrels?
Aren't they cute?
I thought that was just so much
One's a
fun.
bunny.
Now, yeah, that does kind of look like a bunny, doesn't it? Now, those two features, the create image using Gemini. Gemini is Google's AI chatbot. So the create an image using Gemini and the remove background, those are two preview features. I'm not sure how I got them. I don't expect.
I have them.
I would, if anybody wants to try, I would love to know if anybody does have them. Yeah, Jim has them too. So it does not have to do with me being a product expert. I'm not sure how. It is the Gemini, the advanced Gemini features for Workspace. So Google Labs for Workspace. If you want to go see if you can apply to get it, go search for Google Labs. That's their preview feature.
Joyce says PowerPoint can do this.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. And the best software is the one you know.
Right.
But I told you there really are some advantages. Our first couple of years doing this show, I made the presentations in PowerPoint. But at some point along the line, it just got so much easier to do it with Google Slides. Whichever product that's the best one to use. All right. Just to reiterate, if you make a image using Google Slides, you can turn it into a photo, if you will, a JPEG, just by finding the slide, clicking File, Download, and then it downloads to your computer. Then you would, if you want it with all the rest of your photos, you would need to upload it to Google Photos. Okay. Yeah, so Jolyn mentions that she has Gemini pinned in Chrome and she uses it a lot. So curious, do you also use ChatGPT and or Microsoft Copilot, or are you finding that Gemini is the best for you? I haven't decided yet. I'm still using them all. And the slides came up. So the question is, how do you get these AI features in Google Slides? And, well, let me show you one thing here. I did notice in mine, under Tools, I noticed this opt out of Labs. So somewhere along the line, I was presented an option to opt in to Labs. Labs is the thing that looks like this little chemistry beaker. That is the Labs button. And if you want to use it, try getting, yeah. So I've already opted in. And
Herb wants to know, can I use the slideshow from phone and send it to a slide projector using Dex on my Android?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So really, we always have computers with us, but there have been times that we've gone to present in a live presentation seminar, and I just did it from my phone. Oh, how nice. I could wander around the audience and change slides from my phone because it was wirelessly connected to the projector, which was projecting up to the big screen.
Andrew's using
Perplexity. Yeah, that's another AI.
ChatGPT Copilot to compare, find it cluttered. Yeah, just wait. Learned about Perplexity AI from Andrew. I'm going to check that one out. Yeah. Joyce likes using Google Slides because it's available wherever I have access to the internet. No more having to carry a flash drive. Isn't that great?
Yep.
That's one of the great.
Just available on your phone. Okay.
All right. Just reminder, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and click the bell to get notified for our next, anytime we go live or anytime we post something, you'll get a notification. It doesn't happen all that often, but hey, we'd love to have you. It helps us a lot.
And if you learned something, give us a thumbs up there.
Absolutely. A reminder for our premium members about the Backstage Pass. It's right after this button show. Zoom link. You should have gotten an email from Chris earlier today, or go to the geeksontour.com/join or members login page and get there. If you're not a member, you can go to geeksontour.com and join now.
I see one more question.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. All this is good. Assuming you have a good Wi-Fi. Hard for me when traveling with unsure Wi-Fi quality or no phone data.
I didn't do this part, but on your computer, if you install Google Drive for desktop, you can have the presentations that you create in Google Slides synced to your computer and available offline. On the phone, all you have to do is, when you do have a good connection, open the slides that you want to show and tap the option to make available offline. Then it's available offline from your phone.
Yeah, that helps a lot when you're in areas where it's...
Oh, we understand.
Oh, boy, do we ever. But it's getting better everywhere we go nowadays. It is just improving by leaps and bounds. Maybe not in your particular instance, but it really is getting better. And Gary wants to know, how do you enable the collaboration feature?
All you have to do, I mean, there's nothing to enable, but you do have to share. I have to share either the individual slideshow or the whole folder. So I've shared the whole folder with Jim, and I've given him editor rights. So that's, yeah, you don't enable a collaboration feature, but you just share it and you give editor rights to the person you want to collaborate with.
Excellent. Okay, we have a Google Photos workshop coming up. It'll be the third one. This is what Chris is doing to update the Learn Google Photos book. And it's a live workshop. It's done on Zoom, over Zoom. Meeting in a class, Geeks on Tour Premium members. It's free to Premium members.
Members, yeah.
That's a...
But I am limiting the attendance on this one, and it's already full. So, But let me show you where you can, if you are a member, and you go to Geeks on Tour.
Yeah.
And as soon as we're finished, both the slideshow is embedded on a web page and a recording of the Zoom meeting. So, for example, under tutorials and all class presentations, during the last couple months, we did Google Photos Workshop 1 and Workshop 2. So, Google Photos Hands-On Workshop number 2, you click on there. Once again, if you're not a member, it's going to ask you to sign in if you're not logged in. Here is the handout. Here is the slideshow. And here is the recording of the Zoom meeting. So if you remember, you can view the past workshops on Google Photos.
Great.
And I think we're ready for...
Okay, we have some questions for you. Did you learn something? I hope so. Number 1, Google Slides is part of A, Drive, B, PowerPoint, or C, Google Photos?
Drive. Google Drive.
Google Drive. To use Google Slides, you need A, downloaded software, B, the mobile app, or C, a Google account.
All you need is a Google account and a connected device.
That's important.
Yeah.
To automatically add an album of Google Photos, you need A, artificial intelligence, B, an extension, or C, it can't be done?
B, it's an extension, or also known as an add-on. Those terms are being used interchangeably.
Great. After you've created an image in Google Slides, you can make it a JPEG photo file by A, copy-paste, B, file download, or C, print a file.
B, file download.
Okay. And true or false, everyone has the remove background tool in Google Slides.
Nope. In fact, nobody said that they had it, but just know it will be coming. It's nice. It works really good. So I expect it will be coming eventually to everybody. And eventually is getting faster and faster, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Seems like.
Yeah. Well, all of this stuff is.
Exactly.
Okay. Another backstage reminder. Come on back and say hi. It's one of the benefits. You get to talk to us directly, and we have a little bit of a lesson that goes on as part of it.
Specifically, you're going to make sure that members know some of the member benefits that are fairly new. Some of you don't know about. So come join us.
Very cool. Andrew says it's time to become a member. Wow. Just great. We always learn, and we learn from doing these things. That's why it's done.
I learned so much this week going into this.
And she has to teach me. But really, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our YouTube shows?
geeksontour.com, and you click on the menu item for YouTube show. You'll find it under... Actually, there's 2 options under there now, so you can't just click on YouTube show. You click on YouTube show, and then you have your choice of what does this button do, or the fun with photos. So we now have 2 YouTube shows. Podcasts.
Go to both of them. What's the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters?
geeksontour.com. The menu item is blogs and news, and once again, that opens up some options. Newsletters is under there.
And how far back do those go?
Oh, like nearly 20 years. I don't think I've missed 1 month.
You do need...
Jolin does have removed background. Cool. Good to know.
Okay. Great. She's
Good
special,
to know.
too.
Yeah.
And why do people pay $58 a year to join Geeks on Tour?
Well, there are lots of member benefits. Not even all of them are mentioned here. You can ask us any question on our Q&A page. There's the Backstage Pass Zoom meeting. There's hundreds of Show Me videos, ebooks, and classes. And there's written notes from these shows. Some people even pay us, even though they don't take advantage of the member benefits, just to say thank you for all that we do for free.
And we
thank you.
appreciate you. Okay. Do become a member. It's only $58 and a yearly recurring membership. You can also pay for just 1 year at $68. Go to geeksontour.com/join now. Sign up for our newsletters, all that stuff. Members get the PDF of the books, all the books.
Yeah.
And it's getting better all the time. So subscribe to this channel, become a premium member, do all of those things. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour. And thanks for watching. It's been great.
See you next time.
All right. Sign up for that newsletter. Where's my outro? Let's get out of here.